Hey everyone, today we're going to be looking at the Square Off Swap. So this is a smart chessboard. Pretty much you can play people online and the pieces move in real time as you're playing. And then you can play against the AI that's on this board. I've actually had it for quite a while now. I had waited over 2 years to get it from Kickstarter, but I've been using it quite a bit. I want to use it a little bit more, and I am going to be having more free time to use it, but I thought I would make this video so you can see what it's all about. So here we go. We have the Square Off Swap right here. I wanted this one because it has its own landing pieces right here. So then when you take a piece, it actually goes to its location where it's supposed to be. And then directly after you're done with the game, you can just click one button to go ahead and reset the board. So let me get this moving real quick. Let me show you what it's all about. Maybe I'll do an unboxing later. I kind of did film an unboxing a long time ago when I got it, but it wasn't a real thing and I didn't have my camera stuff set up. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Microsoft Duo to play today. I'm recording I'm using my other phone to record. And so let's go ahead and get this set up. All right, so I'm just pretty much have my phone out right here, and I'm in the Square Off app. I'm not sure if you can see that too well, but all we have to do is connect to the board. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the board on. And one of the cool parts about this board is that it does have an internal battery. So it does actually work without having to be plugged in. I know maybe some other boards might have to stay plugged in at all times, but this does have a battery, and I can usually get like a day's worth of playing chess without charging it. So maybe you might be able to charge it up and then go back. But I do have some concerns about this board that I'll get into at the end, but stay with me. So I'm here in the app. It's connecting. I don't know if you can see a light. Oh, just lost. I don't know if you can see the light kind of going around, but I'm going to go ahead and find the board. All right, and then it found it. As you can see, it says swap. And then all I really have to do at this point is go ahead and I can play with the AI. I can play face-to-face. I can stream a game. I can actually challenge people online. One of the cool things that you can do if you're trying to be super fancy and maybe impress people, you can have this out on a countertop and stream a game, and the pieces will just be moving by themselves. I like that effect where the piano's playing itself when people have those when you go to their houses. I'm not sure whose houses you go to, but hey, that'd be kind of cool. But anyway, so right now I'm going to go ahead and play with the AI and then the Square Off AI, and we're going to keep it at, they actually have adaptive. Turn my screen brightness down. No, that's not going to help. That's going to be frustrating. All right, so then they actually have adaptive, and then or you can actually pick which level that you're playing against. I'm just going to do adaptive, and yeah, and you can actually play checkers on this, which is cool if you're into that. But I'm going to go ahead and click Let's Square Off. And then you have 3 options here. You can do full automation, semi-automation, or hands only. I mean, if you buy this board, you should be doing full automation. You should be taking advantage of everything. So now let's go ahead and do that. And it's going to remember. So usually you can actually start from a previous game, but I'm using a different phone, so I think that's a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and just move all these back to where they should be. Just take a second. If it's actually, and then one of the things too, you can actually see if something's out of line. So you either say it on the app, highlighting which pieces are on, or you can actually see the lights flickering right here. So I'm going to go ahead and get that set up. All right, and so at this point, we actually have all the pieces set back up again. And then you can either use your phone to just show whose turn it is, or you can click this little button down here, and it'll show you the full chessboard on your phone and where all the pieces are. Sometimes I like this if I'm playing online, but usually I just keep it with the time because you can play timed chess that way and well, you actually don't have to use your phone to do that because it's on the board and knows when you're doing that. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side here. You'll be able to see it on the overhead cam. it will just be running the board, so I can use my other phone for the camera. So now let's just see how this works, see how fast it moves, those kind of things. I already know, I've been playing with this for a while, but I just want to show you guys. So here it goes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move this up here, and then you'll just see the magic of everything move. So in some ways it can be a little freaky for some people to kind of see this move. I actually brought this around some friends one time, and they were just kind of freaking out watching the chessboard move while I'm playing it. So that's kind of cool. I'm not going to really get into chess play and all that in this video. This is going to be more of a technical video, so I'm just going to move things around. I'm going to try not to think about it, otherwise it's going to take forever to make this video. But anyways, so as you can see, they'll actually will move in between the pieces, which is why it's important that everything stays in the middle. That's why it checks at the beginning of the game. One of the things I don't like about this board is actually how fragile it is. It's a lot more fragile than you think. I remember watching a few reviews online and thinking like, this is hard plastic. This is really feels like you'd almost compare it to like thin cardboard. It does have some give to it. It's not, as thin as cardboard, but it has this really non-slip texture because the pieces are moving and it's being moved by a magnet underneath the board. But one of the things that does concern me over time is you have this little tiny screw that you have to screw in the bottom of the board when transporting it. So if you forget to put that in, and the little mechanism that moves everything is just wiggling around, you can actually damage the board. But you kind of do feel when you have it, it kind of feels a little sensitive when you're moving it around. I'm always really careful with it. But when it's sitting flat on something, it's just fine. So I don't know what to take from that, but that's just like my impressions by using this. All right, let's get some more pieces moving. If I'm not going to be playing, so please don't. So let's get some pieces moving as we're just talking and filming. I'm not going to think about anything I'm doing. I'm just going to move. It's going to crush me because I'm not thinking. But let's go ahead and... Now, one of the things I will say is that there's been a time before where all the pieces were kind of off and it kind of lost where it was. So it would try to pick up a piece, but it would pick up the wrong piece and then just like collide into all the other pieces as it was trying to take it to one of the sides. But that's only happened a few times. And then usually I've just turned off the board, restarted the app. But that can be really frustrating if you're in an online game and it just ruins the game. So do be mindful of that. They come out with updates for all this, trying to make it better. And they do come out with updates trying to make it better. But it is a lot of fun to play, and being able to play other people online, it's definitely a game changer, I would say. When you're trying to get better at chess and those kind of things, you can play against real people. You can do this I'm talking about. Obviously, you can do everything I'm talking about just by opening up your phone, using an iPad, anything like that. But the difference with this, and I'm just a weirdo like this, maybe, but I like to actually move the pieces. I like to see the pieces move. I don't play as well on a screen as I do in person. And it just feels a lot better when you have it in person and you're doing this. So let's maybe cut over to a different segment. All right, so what is my trust in the company square off with everything? Well, they are definitely a startup. They've made a few other boards before this, and I know they're wanting to make even more. But so I have a good amount of trust in this. Now, one of the things I've seen other people say online is if they ever decide to just turn things off on their end, this board just kind of become obsolete, because there's an integration working with chess.com, and pretty much if they ever decide to cut that off, like, you're done. This is an old piece of hardware. You can use it as a chessboard, but it's that's all it'll be. One of the things I do like about it is aesthetic. I love black and white for everything. I'm always wearing black and white, so I love that part of it. Now, let's move on to something really cool that I love about this board. One of the things that many people find not as fun is just resetting the board, that simple action. And when you're playing with someone else, that's kind of a fun thing to do. You're talking about it before you play again. But when you're playing all by yourself, it's really cool to have this feature, resetting the board. Let me show you how this works. So pretty much what we're going to do is just to go into the app, and then I'm going to go ahead and just forfeit and resign this game. But then you get this screen. So it's actually telling you all your statistics, everything like that. One of the cool parts, I'm not big on this, but if you're big on like keeping the statistics of your games and going back through and analyzing them, this does actually have integrations in order to do that. I'm not that big. I just want to kind of play chess, and there's no one to play chess with. So this is why I got this board, because I want to play chess with people online, but makes it feel like I'm actually playing, have a cup of coffee next to me, and I like doing that. But let me go ahead and show you how to reset the board. So after the game, you just pretty much will see this, and then you can rate stuff, but you have this little button right here that says reset chess pieces. And so if I go ahead and click that, it's going to start resetting these chess pieces automatically back to where it was. But if you move anything at all, it won't work. It will move exactly opposite of everything that just happened. It's just going in reverse order. But it's still pretty cool. So you can walk away, you can look at your phone real quick or something like that, and pretty much it would, and then it will just move them right back. So that way you're ready to play again. So how fast is this board with moving pieces? Well, you're supposed to be able to play blitz chess, which is actually why I went ahead and splurged on this version of the board and not the Neo, the one that's a little bit cheaper. But I've tried it a few times, and I'm trying to get better at it, and that's why I got this board too, so I can play a lot more blitz chess. It wasn't as fast as I hoped it to be, and I did lose some crucial time that I wouldn't have lost in an actual game. So for that, I would actually usually have my phone up to see where they move the piece first while the piece was moving, and I would go ahead and move, and that's okay. But the real reason why you get this board is to play on the board and not by looking at your phone. So if you're doing this just for blitz, unless they come out with some updates and make it faster, I wouldn't say it's the best experience personally. But I'll go ahead and play some more blitz chess again, and if it's any different of an experience, I'll go ahead and make an update video on that. But I usually just like playing a 5-minute or 10-minute game on here, and for that, it's just fine. I do sometimes still have the app up just to see where they move, so my brain, for those like 2 seconds of moving, are already kind of knowing where I'm going to move. Well, hey, thank you guys for watching this. Make sure to like and subscribe to this. That will help me out so much. I have 2 cameras now, as you can see in the video, so that does help me out with reviewing stuff. I was just honestly getting bogged down with time and just being busy with life. But now with having 2 cameras, I can save like half the time with getting shots. And I have a new camera that will help me out a lot. So I'm hoping to make a lot more videos, but liking, subscribing, showing me that you're liking this stuff, that will help out a lot, and it'll let me know that you guys want more of this. But this is more of an introductory video on the square off swap. If you want to know more specifics, feel free to leave some comments down below, and I'll try to make some other videos about it. I was just trying to make the first impression, well, not first impression, but reaction video on the square off swap. But let me know what you guys want to know more about it, and I'll make some more videos. But other than that, I'll see you guys later.